All right, welcome to Ghouls Night In. Very excited. June, um, honestly, this is probably June's brainchild, and her brainchild was someone else, and then we took it and spun it. And it came out of the fact that I wanted to use the Halloween stuff, and I didn't know how to fit it into my class schedule. And but I really wanted to use it. And so I was very excited when June and I were on an accountability, one of our demonstrator trainings. And she said, we should do a ghouls night in. I was like, we should do a ghouls night in and we will do it together and it will be fun. And so we actually have been talking about this class since July. And we had everything designed in August, which was way ahead of schedule for me, which is awesome. And so hopefully you have the PDF. I made a Spotify playlist because why not? And hopefully you enjoy the interesting variety of Halloween music on that playlist. There are some better ones and some worse ones. I might go back in and clean it up a little bit, but I was having fun making that. And then hopefully you got your packet. And in your packet, for the folks that I mailed a packet to, you got because June and I both we prepped separately. Um, June insisted on us making this very fun trail mix and then promptly forgot it in her packages. But I made it and included it in
Very good.
mine. So anyway, and then we have one person who is vegan, and I managed to sub some things out, and so her treats and stuff will look different than everybody else. But anyway, so if you do have your trail mix or you have your own snacks, feel free to snack tonight. It's super fun. If you have questions, feel free to pop in and let us know. I used the iridescent treat bags for this, so you can kind of see how fun those are. They look really, really pink in the online catalog and the online store, but they're really not that pink. And they have a light pinkish hue, but these would be super cute for holiday treats and Christmas treats, and I mean, honestly, anything. I hope you like these treat bags. You got a sample of them, so you have some more. We're going to use one of the treat bags for a project, but other than that, the rest are yours to use. Um, and then we have the in the directions, the banner is the first thing in the directions, but we're gonna switch it up a little bit just because of pattern. And I'm gonna start with the cards and then we'll come back to the banners. For folks that have my packets, I packed the banner in its own, and I'm gonna spotlight my camera. I spotlight. Okay. I packed my banner stuff in its own cello bag. So for anyone that got my packet, the banner and all of its accoutrements are in its own cello bag. And you'll know you have the right one because there's obviously like a banner piece in it. So this is the banner. So we'll just set that aside for now. Um, we're going to make the cards instead. So I'm going to start with the first card. And you hopefully have your directions. And you didn't have to print them, but if you wanted to, you could. I've actually gotten into the habit of printing them when I prep all the packets. It makes it easier to keep me organized. So we'll come back to the banner. Um, but we're going to do the DSP Fun Fold card first. So let's do that. Let me get myself organized. All right. So this is the card. And the minute I saw this paper, I knew I wanted to make a card that featured this piece of designer series paper. I think it's super fun. And I wanted to make it easy-ish for us to build. And then there's always that, concern of like, well, now where do I write? So on the back, we've stacked a bunch of those little tag sentiments so that you can have a little space to write something. So I thought this was a good use of these. Like you can use them for tags, obviously. But I thought it was a cute idea to kind of stack a whole bunch of them on the back. So What you're going to need for this is your designer series paper. And you will notice that we cut your designer series paper completely wacky. That was not a clean cut, but we were trying to give you the most amount of that paper possible. And so June and I took a lot of careful time to like plan out how to cut that. But what it means is that your paper probably looked a little crazy. And that's okay. It's just, but you probably have a strip that features this, hopefully. So this is the scene, and everybody got one of these. Because you got half a pack of paper. There's like a piece that has here, I'll show you. And I think I cut this apart for you guys. We ended up having to cut a lot of this DSP, by the way. But there was like a gate or something at the bottom. So you might need to trim the gate off, or it might already be trimmed for you. I will say, I think there's a little bit of pink at the bottom of mine. And I'm okay with that. I don't feel like I can trim that any closer and make it any better. So I'm not going to worry about it. You don't need the gate. Um, you do need a few other pieces. So in your packets, so the two cards have envelopes. This one. So I pre-cut a couple things for myself only because I was like kind of trying to keep myself organized. But you'll have a piece. Ooh, be careful. There's a tiny spider in there. You're going to have a piece of black cardstock. We pre-cut a little spider for you. If you don't have this die set, it's adorable. And you can easily lose these little baby spiders, so don't lose them. We also cut an eek for you. And that features the paper. June, do you know, is this still in stock? The
It is
pastel.
still in stock, and it just went into the last chance list.
Ooh, the
So
pastel ombre glimmer.
yeah, it just
So
went into the last chance.
we used both the purple and the green of this glimmer paper because I just think it's so fun and it's so shiny and I think it's really cute. So hopefully you love it as well. Because I like that there's a lot of like purples and pinks in this thing. And then we also cut one of the little banners for you. Be careful with your little banner. I don't know. This is a really weak point on this banner. So just, be careful with your little baby banner when you're working on putting this together. The other things you'll need for the back, you're going to want one of each of these little tags. So you're going to want a green and a white, and then the one that has the skull on it. And that's the stuff that's going to go on the back. Unless you don't like this, and then you can do whatever you please on the back, and that's fine too. But I'm going to make it as is.
So that's
Um,
cut.
yeah. Question, comment? Everybody okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So like
Uh,
thanks.
June, I
yeah.
don't see, where did you pack my tags?
So
The tags
they,
were
yeah,
in the
I did not cut them out for
they're
you.
gonna they're
So
gonna
they're on
be.
the back, they're on one of your pieces of paper.
Mhm.
Okay,
on
Yeah.
the thing.
And I didn't cut them out
Oh.
for my folks either. I just cut them
Okay.
out for myself.
all right, I found it.
Okay, good.
Okay.
And then from this die cut set, you have a sheet of this and it's like crazy cut. But you're gonna want to get one of the crows on the pumpkins. And you're gonna want to get one of these fun little toucans that he has a little pumpkin basket. So there's a couple little pieces that you're going to pop out there. That's easy. You just pop those out. And then we end up using this sheet quite a bit because we thought these guys were the secret sauce to the cuteness. And so, um, who would not want to be a flamingo? So we're going to cut one of these flamingos out. And we do a lot of fussy cutting with this sheet. If fussy cutting is not your thing, you know. You could skip it, I guess. I don't know. You could, I was like, tonight's not your night. I don't know. You could probably use one of these hippos if you wanted, if you really like hate fussy cutting. We only use one hippo, so you have 3 hippos. You can do whatever you want. So I'm gonna kind of re-identify all the pieces you need for this, because I know this is usually the the fun part of it all. I might need snacks before I do this. All right. So you're going to need a pumpkin with a raven. You're going to need the dude with the toucan with the pumpkin. You've already got your eek and your spider. You've already got your little banner cut. You're going to get a flamingo out. And then you're going to get, if you want to do it like we did, 3 tags. Okay. And then you've got your large piece of DSP. When you score this, be very, very, very careful. Hopefully you remember that DSP can tear really easily. So score very lightly. But it's just going to be a simple Z. So you're just going to score at 4 and 8. So really easy for this one. Okay. So once you have your pieces, we're going to fussy cut our flamingo friend out, and I have not done that yet. So I will work on that.
Victor, what's the width on that, the house door paper? 'Cause
The
mine-
how, yeah, it is, that's a good question. It is 4 3/4. 4 3/4.
That's how tall it is. She asked for the width.
Oh, it's
yeah, no, that's what I wanted, sorry.
Oh, okay, good.
All right.
Thanks, Sarah. Hey, good to see you. Good to hear you. Yes, and I think so tonight I'm gonna check the directions as we go. And if we find any typos or anything, I'll resend the directions out to everybody. You know, we can read this and we can prep it and we can look at it and we probably will still find a problem with it. So if we do, we'll fix it and we'll resend it to you. But it's 4 3/4 by 12, and you're gonna score at 4 and 8. Oh, and then the only other thing you need, and this is only because I was being really extra, y'all. So just indulge me for a hot sec and my extraness. So when you put this on here, see how the top and the bottom are bigger? I found that annoying. So I fixed it by I took one of these purple pieces and I cut it in half, and I'm gonna like attach it at the top and the bottom. So I'm gonna show you on here so you can see on the sample. See that little piece of light purple there? Yeah. So I was just being extra because I wanted it to be evenly lined up like all the way around. You don't have to do that, but if you want to, and I'll show you how to do it. So I'm gonna get my trimmer out.
So 4 and 8 for scoring.
4 and 8. Yep, easy peasy. So I literally just took one of these little purple petunia pop pieces, and I didn't really even measure this part. I just slid down the middle because it doesn't really matter. And then we want it to be 4 inches wide. So we'll go like there. Okay. I'll show you what we'll do with that in a second. So I'm going to kind of lay it out on the table so that you can see everything and you kind of see all the pieces you need while we continue to fussy cut our flamingo. Some of you are probably faster than I am when it comes to fussy cutting. I'm slow, but that's okay. Gives everybody a chance to catch up. Happy Friday night. Thank y'all for taking the time to hang out with us and craft with us. June and I are new to partnering together. And you know, we both have some pretty big goals for our Stampin' Up! Businesses. And so we thought this could be a fun way to support one another and have some fun along the way. And it's always fun to partner with someone new and try new things. So
And how did you meet?
we met in an online group for Stampin' Up. We were like in an accountability group, and they put us in these like little small rooms on Zoom. And so we were chatting, and I was just like, "Hey," I was like, "You had a good idea, and I think we should do it together." And she mentioned that
She
someone else
she
had.
beat me to the call because I saw her face when I mentioned that I was going to do a ghouls night out, and I saw that look on her face, and I was like, I think she might need a partner. And then
Okay.
she actually contacted me before I had a chance to contact her to say, hey, let's do that together.
I know. I was like, "Ooh, a ghouls night out. That's fun. What about a ghouls night in?" Then we can both be at our houses and we can do this and we can have fun. Um, I have a strong affinity for Halloween. My mom was a huge Halloween fan. She was from Europe, but somehow fell in love with Halloween when she moved here and married my dad, and handmade all my costumes throughout my whole childhood, including me being a giant toucan and her sewing every single feather on a costume, on a cape. She
Oh my
hand cut them, hand sewed felt feathers, and then sewed them all on this giant cape. It was like a masterpiece. And she made like a toucan hat thing that had like a beak. It was a masterpiece. She
Yeah.
was like an artist, and then you put her with a sewing machine and she became like crazy. So she was very disappointed when I bought most of my daughter's Halloween costumes. But I will say that my daughter also loves Halloween. So
She
it's
should
like,
have lived closer so she could make all your daughter's Halloween.
right? I could have been like, all right, let's go. Halloween costumes on order. That would have been great.
Yeah. One year, my son wanted to be Mace Windu from Star Wars.
Ooh.
Yeah. So my mom made him a Jedi robe. And because I bought the material, I was going to sew it, but my sewing skills are lacking. So she came up and sewed it because I lived in Tucson at the time. And then we shaved Kitar's head. And then I had brown face paint and we painted him brown. And he went to school that way. And then for the costume night. And then a couple days later for Halloween, he wanted to be shaved again so that it was truly, smooth. Except then he got razor burn doing it so close together. So then he was like, I'm never shaving when I grow up.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
That's
my friend's son saw the picture of him without his costume on and thought that he maybe had gotten cancer or something. And he was so panicked. What happened to Kitar? What's wrong with him? Why is he sick? And she's like, no, no, no. Here, look at the costume. And he's like, oh, okay.
oh, that's funny. That's solid commitment there though. Like
That was serious commitment.
that's
Yeah.
commitment. Yeah. We've dyed Marion's hair for she was a mad scientist one year and she had blue hair, but we have not shaved anything yet.
But have you seen Qatar's recent pictures?
Yeah. He's 21 and full beard, like full
That's funny.
beard, like more beard than most grown
Ha,
adult males can
that's
do.
that's funny.
Well, like when he said never again. It's almost like never again.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he did shave when he was in high school. He shaved a little bit, but he didn't like it. So,
All right, so we're gonna stamp just a couple of things. Not much is stamped on this one. It's mainly just lots of fun paper pieces. This cute banner die is made to match the stamp set. And if you have the Fright Night set, the banner die works for Eat, Drink, and Be Scary, Happy Halloween, or Trick or Treat. So there's a little bit of a swoop on there. And so we're going to stamp the Trick or Treat on the orange banner in black. Um, And then we're going to stamp the Happy Halloween on the little candy banner. kind of going horizontally. So that's really it for stamping on this one. So,
I do
and
have a
we're,
question, though.
yeah,
I'm looking for the pumpkins and are those in one of these?
They
Or-
were cut in the,
it's
in with all the other dies.
I think the pumpkin and that's in this this ephemera page.
And where's, and the, ooh,
That's amongst all your DSP.
Mm-hmm. And it's probably cut kind of crazy, like woo.
let me find it, because I hadn't, when we were going through before, I didn't find an ephemera page. Okay,
Mine's in one of these,
Oh, I put, yeah, your ephemera is all in the plastic. I took it all apart.
okay,
It's in that plastic envelope.
That
And
was
the-
very,
Thank you.
that was,
okay.
Joanne.
I
yes.
started looking there, but I hadn't found them yet. And I found the hippo, but we don't need that for this one, right?
No,
No.
just the
No.
flamingo and then the toucan and the crow on the pumpkin.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. That's funny. It was very, it's funny when, you have two people prepping a class and the way that we prep. And June and I talked a lot about like how we were going to prep. But then June got very busy with her retreat and I got very busy and then we just prepped and sent them. And I was like, well, hopefully they are prepped close enough. Everybody will be a-okay. They will figure it out, right? So,
The stamp-
uh,
Well, thanks to Joanne for being on that, because I'd forgotten that I took them all out and put them in the envelope.
Had started looking there and I was like, let me check and make sure.
Yeah.
it's amazing what one week, what happens in a week, right? So,
Yeah. Well, I end up doing that when I do my product shares, and papers have those so that they don't
Mhm.
get damaged. I just pop them out and put them in those envelopes because we have a bajillion of them from all the dies and uh, embossing folders. So I
That's
use
fun.
them that way.
All right, so once you have your pieces, we're gonna work on assembly, hopefully.
The only other piece I'm missing is the one you cut originally, just the two sitting on the black. It was kind of
Oh yeah, that.
not listening, but was trying to do other stuff. Where did
Yeah, multitasking's terrible. So here we go.
my
It's
brain?
it's this
Okay.
piece. And so you're just gonna trim off one of these and you're gonna cut it in half. And then it'll go to 4 and 5/8. Well, that's an interesting measurement.
Oh, I just made my own.
Hmm.
I missed that part.
Apparently I did too. That's funny. I think I just did it to 4. I see a typo.
I did it-
See?
I did it to 4 and I used the,
Mhm.
behind the gate that we cut off.
Yeah. No, it's fine. It's just 4. So see, June, I can do all this work and there's still a typo. I told you.
I
We're
know,
all-
I've checked it the hundreds of times.
I know. It's okay. It's okay. Every single time.
Every time.
It doesn't matter
Every time
until
I
we,
looked at it, I caught something else. It was like, oh my gosh.
yeah, it's okay. We're gonna fix it and we'll send it back out. But all right, so we're gonna glue these little purple-ish pieces on our card base. And you can just try to angle them, try to put them on as straight as you can, top and bottom. And then we're going to take our big fold out piece and we're going to glue the back down. So, just put some glue on the back of there.
And the back would be
The
which
back,
page?
Yeah, so, kind of hold it up and make sure you're doing it right, but right, so if this is the front, then the back is going to be this purple piece. So
Okay.
once you've kind of scored it and folded it together, then you're going to put it here. And you just kind of, that's why I use wet glue, because it gives me a minute to reassess my life choices and adjust things as I need to. So, and my nails do glow in the dark. So at some point I will have to turn off the lights and we will have to see. And they like not only glow in the dark, they like impressively glow in the dark. I'm going to say that,
Glow in the dark.
yes, they like give light off, you know?
But the funny thing is when you get up, well, I'm at the age where you get up in the middle of the night and hit the bathroom. Then when you come back, they're glowing in the dark in the bedroom.
Yes, I did scare my husband last night when I rolled over and my nails were glowing. So he, a little bit of a jump scare there. So, all right. So then we're just gonna build a scene as we kind of go along the sidewalk of our spooky town here. So we've got our cute little flamingo girl, and we're gonna put some dimensionals on the back of her. I use minis, partly because I can over dimensional and nobody will say anything because they're tiny. So who cares? And if you're so inclined to cut a mini dimensional in half, you can put half of one behind each of her tiny little feet, which might seem crazy, but I want her to feel fully supported.
Therefore, keep your bra on.
Hmm. That's oop, okay. Gonna adjust that. So I kind of put her so she's walking on the sidewalk, kind of right next to the little crow. I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit. All right. And then we're gonna put the banner kind of on top of her. So you could just do a dimensional on each end, and I think that's fine. It'll kind of go around her legs. There's so many cute details on this, like the little pumpkin above the doorway, and I don't know. It's just such a cute. It's really cute.
Mhm.
All right, so then we're going to open the panel up and we're going to add a few other guys. So I think I was cool and I put for my guys, I think I put this on, if I was cool, I put it on, I did. I put it on adhesive sheets. You're welcome. But if you didn't do adhesive sheets, you can just,
I probably didn't because I always forget that.
yeah, normally I do
I thought you
too.
did. I thought, wait, I thought it was.
If
No,
not,
it'd
just
just be
put
the
a,
thick paper.
Oh,
yeah.
no, just paper.
My girls know that I always forget that until I go to glue and then I say, oh, I should have put this on.
Yeah, normally that's how I am too. And I think I did the spiders on adhesive sheets too. The spiders are easy to tell because they're black. And so if you turn them over and they're white on one side, then clearly I did that. But I will say that a glue dot fits like perfect on the spider. So if it's not, the body of the spider is perfect for a little glue dot. So.
Yeah, actually, Mom was cutting those out for me.
How nice of her.
I
It
know.
was. Was
Uh,
offering to help however she can.
So I did the spider, and what I wanted to do was I wanted him kind of coming down from the doorway. And so I grabbed one of our like journaling pens. You could grab a marker, it doesn't really matter. You could just grab a black pen and just make sure that you have a little line that connects him, right? You don't want him like floating in the ether, you know? So he had to get down there from somewhere. And then I'm going to show you a small funny difference. So one of these toucans, one of the crows is looking up and to the left, and the other one is looking up and to the right. So I wanted him to be scared of the spider. And so on my original, I had this crow. But on this one, I have this crow. So I'm going to make him still scared of the spider, and I'm just going to swap where these guys go. Does that make sense? It's only because I'm trying to tell a story, and the
Okay.
crow is very scared of the spider. So don't worry about me. I'm special. I know. You do you. But we need dimensionals. So those things all get the crow and the toucan are just going to get put up on dimensionals wherever you want. Easy peasy. I will say, I'm sorry that they didn't give us more of this scene paper. Like, I really love the scenery. I think it's so cute. I wish we had gotten more of them because it's an adorable card. Whoever gets this card is very special. You should tell them that too.
I was thinking of sending it to the granddaughters.
Oh, they'll love it.
Um,
All right. And then once we've got kind of that stuff done,
Leave it open.
Yeah.
leave it open.
Oh,
Got it.
Thank you.
nice.
That's okay. All right. And remember, you've got a picture in your directions too. So don't
Okay.
forget. I was like, don't forget. But then we can glue on the back. We're gonna layer our little tag pieces on the back. So I literally just
So the pumpkin and the raven, they're on dimensionals?
yep. And the toucans on dimensionals too.
Okay.
Why not?
Why not?
You could do whatever you want, right?
Okay.
But
Okay.
I prefer lots of dimensions.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you Karen Peterson crazy dimensional or
No, 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 no. She is so we call that arming your card for battle when you put like, enough dimensionals on there. And I always make jokes. I'm like, it's just the postal service. And people are like, that's like battle. I'm like, yes, I know. Actually, Beth is on tonight and she is a hardcore overdimensionaler, I think. Yes, Beth, you're part of the overdimensional crowd. So all right, and the only thing that I did just to make this white tag cute is I just cut the sides of it. So all I did, if everybody wants to look real quick, is I went boop and boop. That's it. I just cut those two corners. I just thought it made it look a little bit, like it wasn't printed on a piece of paper. So, and you can again do it however you want to do it. I could go crazy. I could go sideways. I could go this way. I could. Um, Maybe I will. I'll do two different ones. All right. So we have this and we have this. All right, and then the only other piece, and this is if you wanted to, and also if you had access to a hole punch, is I punched a hole here and I put a little piece of ribbon as like a pull tab. I mean, it's pretty obvious how this card opens. But if you wanted to make it really, really obvious, then you could put a little tab here and have a little, and all I did was punch a hole and put a little bit of that ribbon through. So the ribbon is, you guys have quite a bit of ribbon because we'll use it for the banner. But it's the Petunia Pop iridescent ribbon and it's very, very pretty. So I hope you enjoy playing with that. I think everybody got like 3 yards or something. It was a lot of ribbon, more than you'll need, I'm sure, for anything else. So, but you can wait. And if you don't want to do that right now, you don't have to. It's up to you. Okay. Card number 1, done. We're only 40 minutes in. It's no big deal. We'll pick up speed. Now we're at least familiar with all the pieces and parts of the paper, and you guys know where everything is. And so I'm going to switch it to June, and I'm going to have June guide us through her card. And I'm going to look at the directions just to make sure there's no other issues, but I think we're good. So let me pin and spotlight. All right, my dear, there you are. There you are.
It'll work. So, did it work?
You did.
Yay! I've only ever done it on my own Zoom, so I was like, oh, I hope this works.
Yay.
All right. So, here is our cute little hippo card. And it is made out of just the DSP. So I'd like you to find your candy DSP. And then you need this piece too, because now we're going to cut off this fence here. And you also need, where's my, you need this piece. You're going to have one of these.
The gray one.
The gray one, yeah. So I did not prep as far as she did.
It's
So,
okay.
we're going to cut one of these off. So we need that. You're going to, depending on how it was packaged, you need the envelope that has your Granny Apple Green, your white tag, and your orange pumpkin pie banner. Right. And we're going to cut just right along that line.
I don't see that.
You don't see what?
That piece of paper. Oh,
It was the top, it was the bottom half of the, so you had this one, and then you had this with it, because it was one whole piece of paper. And I cut off this, and then you should have this.
and we're using the fence part?
We're using just the fence part for now. These other ones you're going to use for something else.
Okay, I cut up my fence one.
What do you mean you cut out your fence one?
I used it on the first card because I didn't know I was supposed to use this one.
Oh,
But I have this much
that's
left.
okay. You're only going to be using a small piece. You should still have plenty
Oh,
left.
yeah.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
I
you
do.
got plenty
Okay.
left. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah, you only
Don't worry.
need,
No stress.
yeah,
Okay.
it's just 4 1/4 by 2. So no
Okay.
worries.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you need your candy paper. You need this banner. You need your fence. You need these two. You need your hippo from your
Envelope.
little ephemera. So you can use whichever hippo you want. You have them facing 2 different directions. So on this card, I have it facing this way, and for this one, I'm going to use the other way. So you need a hippo. And then you need your paper that has your windows on it. All right, the paper with your windows on it.
Okay.
We're going to be cutting out a black cat. All right, so what you can do, there's one right there at the top. You can just loosely.
You need the whole window or just the cat?
No, the whole window.
Okay.
The whole window.
Second.
Oh, wait, sorry. Needed more than that.
Whoops.
Put that one away. Yeah, did I put that piece in there? Black cat with brick around it. 2 3/8 by 1 3/8.
So that seems really small. Will you measure yours again on your card? Because,
Sure.
and don't worry, we'll use that black cat in another, we'll use it on the banner. So don't worry, it won't go to waste. Yeah, I feel like it's too small.
Those 2 1/2. Yeah, what do I have on there?
You have 2 3/8 by 1 3/8?
Yeah, that would work because it's covering under here.
How tall is yours though? Ah,
Oh, so it's taller.
1 3/4.
1 3/4.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Mhm.
See? It's okay. We all make
You could even
mistakes.
do 2 inches and just have it tucked under here. So it's just a matter of layering it. So if you
Okay.
want to keep it simple, you could do
2.
2 1/2 by 2 inches, and then you would just have some extra paper that you're tucking.
So
Okay.
we're cutting it in a square.
So here we go. We're gonna cut. All right, we need a full cat. So we're going to cut between the 2 windows.
Between what 2 windows?
Well, wherever your black cat is.
Oh, all right.
2 windows. So here's my black cat. And so I'm cutting
Okay.
between the 2 windows so that I can still use the one with the pumpkin for something. You're
Okay.
gonna
I
cut
get
it before and stop before you get to the next window.
So it's doing something.
Yeah, it's about, let's see, so if you go to 2 inches, that's plenty, or you can go to 2 1/2. I would go to the 2 1/2, I think is what we decided on here. So go to 2 1/2, 2 1/2 inches in.
Okay.
I cut it too small. I can't see. All right, I cut mine a little too small, but that it still works either way. You can see right there. So if you do 2 1/2 inches in, then you'll go past this circular part.
Pulling it. I need this.
My blade just came out.
And then your fence is about 2 inches wide, and it's going to be 4 1/4. 4 1/4 long.
I'm sorry. Did you say 4 1/4 long?
4 1/4
Thank you.
width, I guess it would be.
Gotcha. That's a cute fence. With coloring.
Oh, don't put that away. We need to cut our card.
Oh, not yet. Okay, hold on a second.
Okay.
Okay, I got my cat. What else do I need?
Your fence,
is 2
4 and
inches
a quarter.
by 4 and a
It's
quarter.
already, yeah, it's 2 inches this way and then 4 and a quarter this way.
Okay. And why is that doing that?
And
And
then
then,
this banner.
okay,
All right. So this is what we have so far. We have our hippo, we have our black cat, we have this banner, our fence, and then the cardstock cuttings.
Are we gonna see the left side of the banner, the full left side? Yes, I see the picture. For some reason, I'm missing the full banner, so
What full banner?
that one. I cut it too short on this side.
This one here, you mean?
Yep, I need a full banner. I need
Yes.
both lines.
Yes.
Yep. I must have cut it short the last time I cut it. Okie dokie.
Okay. So this is going to get cut at 8.5. So 8.5 inches by 5.5 inches. And then remember, because it is DSP, you're going to score it gently at 4 and a quarter. All right, and then you can fold it on your score line and burnish it. I love this paper. I wish there was just a whole pack of this paper.
Cute.
it's cute.
All right, then we need a little piece of your ribbon. So what you're going to do is you're just going to tie it around here and just do a knot. You don't have to do a bow. I know my people aren't really fond of bows. I don't know about if Melissa's ladies like bows or not. So we're just gonna tie a knot.
Some do, some don't, right?
Right.
And then I have others that have a bow maker.
Oh,
Or
Yeah.
they have me do it.
Right. Yeah, depending on what it is, if it's really teeny tiny bows, I tend to send the bows already cut. Because I know my people are not going to like that. Already tied, I mean. So then we just want to have just a little tail on each side.
Doesn't matter where, or one can slide up and down, right?
What's that?
It doesn't matter where on the
Well, you want it kind of towards the top. You don't want it too down low. And you'll be able to move it if it ends up being too high or too low for you.
okay, gotcha.
And I didn't on the other card, but I think we're going to, oh no, it doesn't work from the corner. Never mind, we're going to leave it like that. So, all right. So before you glue, you want to lay it down because we want to make sure we know where it's going. So we have the banner. Then we're going to lay our fence kind of just below center. And then we're going to have our cat over here. And you want the cat to go a little bit under both of these two. Let's see.
I'm tying my bow.
Okay.
Okay, almost done. I think I tied it.
All right. So once you have that figured out, what you're going to want to do is take this out and put your glue on your black cat first, leaving the other items there so you know where to place it. And get my glue to work today. Come on. I have not finished unpacking from my retreat and I can't find my pins. Hang on, maybe I've got one over here.
That's the thing I was telling you I did before we started.
Oh,
Made
found it.
sure all my glues worked. Except I lost a pen on my desk now.
Okay.
There we go. All right, so there we go. Do a little bit of glue. You want your cat to stay there. So I just put this, hold this down, and then I slide my cat under that paper a bit. But I want the edge of the, I want his, what's that called, of the fence, of the,
The window ledge.
yes, that's it, the window ledge.
Okay.
You want that showing, so make sure you don't stick it too far into the paper. Then we'll take this off and we got to put glue on the banner. And the banner touches the top, goes all the way to the top, and then hangs down. And then we'll put our fence across, making sure not to cover our window ledge where our cat is. Then we need to dimensionalize our hippo. And I have all these edges. I don't want edges. There we go. Use as many as you feel needed. Oh, all down to edges, edges, edges.
Edges are just as good as every other dimensional, June.
I know. When I'm live or in a class, I don't like to mess with edges.
I will say one of the reasons I like this card is that the layers add a lot of stability. Like I love a DSP card, but like by adding all the layers, it really makes the card like sturdy, you know?
Right. And you could, if you wanted to do this, you could put some of, you could put some of it on dimensionals and stuff, but I didn't want to get into using too many dimensionals. So I went ahead and left it like this, but I think the foot needs one.
Mm.
There we go. All right, and then we're just going to put her, I call it a her, it could be a him, right here in front of, looking kind of smug to me in front of that cat.
She looks like she has had a very good Halloween haul and she's
Yeah.
pleased with her bounty, is what that looks like.
Yes, she does look a little bit smug. All right, so then we have some stamping we're going to do. And you need a piece of scratch paper because we're going to stamp off, because that petunia pop is very potent.
And I will say I did not die cut the piece for my people on this one. I don't believe I did. I didn't die cut it for myself. I did not cut it for you. Laura knows I usually am like full service and I usually die cut every single thing. But I kind of figured if you had this stamp set, you probably got the dies. So
Right.
you could also fussy cut around it if you really felt the need. So just FYI.
All right. So we're going to use this one, but full on was way too dark. Let me show you how I had it right here. Where'd it go? It was full on super duper dark. So we decided stamping off would look better. So we're going to ink it up. Even though I have used this petunia pop a lot, it is still super juicy. You even have bubbles on it. I have lots of bubbles on it. All right, so we're going to stamp it off. and then stamp it centered, or just stamp it on your paper and then you can die cut it. Oh, mine went very light. All right. Like that. I don't know. Do you get the bubbles on your?
So I'm not getting as much as you, but I will say you really do have to look at the stamp and like re-ink it. Like definitely look at your stamp before you stamp it, because I was gonna have that problem. And then I didn't. But yeah, it was a little weird.
Yeah, the middle of mine
Look,
didn't
my
get,
whole center doesn't even want to.
yeah, mine too.
I'll let you know in a minute.
Mine is very bubbly. Oh, that one's better. Yeah, I'll flip it over and try it again.
That's the beauty, right?
Yep, 2 sides to every paper.
I actually did full strength on one side and light on the other. So
I did full
Okay, that
strength.
side went a little better. And then, let's see, did we do that in? Look what I did.
What? Oh,
what'd you do?
Cool.
I did a left-handed card.
Dude.
So hopefully, since I didn't remind anybody, I'm the only one that did that. But I just send these to lefties and they don't seem to notice.
Hey now.
Are you a lefty?
Yes.
I send it to my mother-in-law. She has never once said anything about it being on the wrong side. So then we're going to switch to black and do the trick or treat on our
So
banner.
on our pumpkin pie banner. Do you notice if a card opens on the wrong side?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe because you're more automatic because you do you make the cards. Yeah, she's never once, and she would be the kind of person that definitely would say something.
I mean, my mom was a lefty too. I think she would have noticed too. So
Well, then maybe my mother-in-law is just being nice to me.
I think that might be the case.
Yeah, I think so.
That's funny.
This way. I didn't get that very centered. I think for me, it's easier to stamp it and then die cut it to get it centered because it's not photopolymer.
Yeah, when I did it full on, I got it pretty good scented, and then I had to flip it.
And then we're just gonna I'm gonna use the trick or treat to hide my little bloop.
you did it stamped off though?
I did it stamped off because full on is like really intense.
You try it again. Well, I did it and then let me see what I stamped off. Well, you said I can do it and then flip it over if it doesn't work.
Yes,
Yes.
I did.
Oh, I can't believe I did that.
Oh, okay. That came out better.
I have my moments. I don't even know how that happened.
Okay, and put the trick or
All right, so then you're gonna glue it on the inside of your card.
okay, put the green, you put
And this then also helps to stabilize
the DSP.
the DSP. So you have all the layers on the front that helps stabilize the front, and then you have this on the inside that helps stabilize the whole card. And then I just figure on here, I would write in some of these lines. I'm not a huge Halloween card sender, so I don't have a lot to say other than, hey, have fun or something like that. All right.
Yay.
There. Oh, we need some stars.
Oh yes.
You didn't put any star. Did you have stars on your?
I
first one?
no, I don't think I did any stars on the first one. Let me look and see. I was thinking about that.
No, you didn't.
I didn't. I went star free. You know, you don't have to put stars on everything, right?
No, you don't. No, I can just find my pet. Here we go. So I did some black stars on the front. You can use whatever color, of course, that you want.
So one of the reasons I like these stars is they compress in the mail. So they're not going to like stand up when you mail them.
Yeah,
So
they're so
that
soft.
makes me very happy. 'Cause, you know, who wants to pay that much for shipping a card?
Yeah, and then on my envelope, where's my envelope?
Were they in the stars in the bag too? Envelopes?
Yes, there was a half a pack of stars. All right. All right, I have a envelope.
You know what?
Yep.
I also put
And
that-
on my envelope for this, I just used the candy paper to cover the flap. If you want to do that, this is 2¼ by 6. And then, I don't know, do you do this with your folks, Michelle? Do you all ladies?
Sometimes we do. I don't normally, but I mean it's not a common occurrence, but who doesn't like a zhuzhed up? So what's the measurement again? It's 6 by 2.
2¼ by 6.
2¼ by 6. All right.
Yeah.
I do like it.
And
I had,
there was a leftover piece that would work.
yeah,
And then you can just do that.
it's super cute.
Or let's see, does the fence work? Nope, the
think-
fence doesn't quite work.
It's like a little short. Yeah, I know. I was
It's
thinking
a
that
little short.
I was looking at the fence. I was eyeing that.
Although, I mean, you could just have this little bit here. It really, I mean, like the people aren't going to pay that close attention because I guarantee you the envelope goes in the trash quicker than the card does, I trust.
Yeah, yeah.
At least you always hope so, right?
Super cute.
All right. I can't believe I made that the wrong way.
I know. You pulled my tricks. That's what I've been doing lately.
All right. So that is card 2.
Okay, I'm gonna spotlight my hands and we're gonna see if you can see the nails glowing. I don't know if do they show up? Oh, they do show up on the
Yes,
video.
they do show up.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Woohoo!
I had to do that. Sorry, thanks.
I'm sure your husband, yeah, you getting in bed, he's like, what the heck?
Yeah.
You know, I have a sweatshirt that glows in the dark. And that
Oh my
I
gosh.
go, I'll wear to bed and the dog's laying at the foot of the bed and I come back and it's glowing. They get really
It's
spooky.
so funny. You know, sometimes those glow in the dark things work and sometimes they don't. So those are mighty
Those
powerful.
work. When I had them the first time they came out with them a few years ago, it was like fun.
Yes, quite powerful. So, all right. Well, everybody roll your shoulders. Good job. So we're going to work on the banner next. And then I'm going to guide you through the banner pieces. And then we'll finish up with the 2 treat containers. The treat packages are pretty simple. And so stick with us, and we'll get through those. So what I tried to do with the banner pieces in the written directions was I tried to kind of go, okay, for the Granny Apple banner, here's what you're going to do. You know, for the Daffodil Delight, for the Petunia Pop, for the black, and for the pumpkin pie. So I tried to go piece by piece. There will need different, different pieces from all of your little paper as we go. So we'll do that. If June and I wanted to make sure you knew this, if you do not love the banner and you do not want to use the banner as a banner, you could totally make one of these and you could pop it on a card front and it would be super, super cute. And if you have the banner dies, you can actually cut a banner card for these to go on, which is even cuter. So, but you could just put this on a regular card front because it's, let me grab a black one. It's card front sized. So we made these so that you could just pop this on a card. Super cute, right? Laura's face. She was like, oh, ooh. Yeah. So not everybody loves a banner or needs a banner. I did not punch holes in y'all's because I wasn't sure how you were going to use it. So I just left the banner pieces as they were. If you do want to use it as a banner, then you're going to punch holes. If you don't, and you just want to put them on cards because they're freaking adorable, then just do that. You're going to make 5 cards really quick, and you can literally pop them all on basic black, and they're going to look awesome. So even the black one is going to look cute on black. So anyway, just thought I'd point that out because not everybody needs a banner, but I got really excited with the banner dies. And then I was like, ooh, these scenes are cute. So anyway, okay, here we go. I'm going to take a sip of my beverage. All right. So let's do it. For this, you're going to need, there's a piece of paper, and I think I had to cut mine already, but I might have June show hers. It's the bottom of that scene. It has those 3 vignettes. So it has the pumpkin vignette, it has the bear in the window. Yep, there we go. And it has the orange vignette. So June, I don't know if you did this for your people, but I ended up banner cutting mine for my people. Yeah. So I don't know how we'll get around that, but we'll think about it. If Mary Beth and Joanne, if you have the banner dies, okay, then we'll think about it and I'll puzzle on this because you're probably going to want to have these banner cut. You're going to want them to fit, inside of here. You could probably use this banner as a template, hold it up, right? And go ahead and like trace it. And then you could just move everything in like a 1/4 inch and you could do, these are straight cuts, right? And then this one, you could just kind of, follow the line and kind of come in. I think it's just a 1/4 inch that it comes in. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my apologies, ladies. Totally missed that.
It's okay. And I didn't realize it till I was prepping it when I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to have to do that for everybody. It's a 1/4 inch that it comes in. So if that becomes tricky or painful for you guys, if you are far, you could always mail these pieces back to June and June could die cut them for you.
I can do that.
Which
Do you
is
know which
totally,
one, which size? Like
oh,
every banner ones?
yes, I
Do
do
you have
know.
the banners one?
I
Okay,
did
now,
buy them.
Joanne, how close do you live to Mary Beth?
Yeah, too far.
We're 3 hours apart.
Ah, but it'll be the 7th down from the top.
Okay.
So when you're looking at the banner dies, and I put that in the directions.
Okay.
So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is the DSP.
Oh, that's the DSP, and then the one below it's the
And then the one above it, so 6th down, is going to be the actual banner itself.
okay.
Okay, so 6 down is the banner and 7 down is the DSP. Joanne, we'll figure out how to get you. It looks like June has an extra set of them, so maybe June can just go ahead and die cut them and she'll mail them to you. So, and for now, you can, on those, there's just a couple here and we'll just have you watch. You'll just miss out on 2 pieces. So, but okay, good. Banner dies are great. That was an investment, but I think they're very cute.
I've used them so much for so many things.
It's very
So I
cute.
So I should get them?
I mean, I would. And if you're gonna do it, you might as well do it as the bundle, and then you might as well join Stampin' Up. But that's a whole
He
nother
already
story.
is.
Charity.
Oh well,
He already
then
is.
Yeah.
darn it.
They both
But
are.
it's a bundle with the alpha dies. They're bundled together, and the price is like kind of dumb if you buy them separate. So you should definitely buy them bundled together, if you're gonna get those. So.
I have enough Stampin' Rewards where I can get it now.
Ooh, fancy. Okay. Well, then you should get them.
Yeah.
Because I like them. Okay, so we're gonna do the green banner. And for those of you who have my packets, your banner and your banner pieces are kind of organized in order. So sorry, these are my extra pieces that I was fussing around with. All right, so your pieces are kind of like stacked anally in order. So yay. All right. So the green, so you have the green banner and you have the little pumpkin, the very Charlie Brown pumpkin looking situation. And then you have the boo, that is die cut from the glimmer paper. Again, love this glimmer paper with this. You're also going to need one of the die cut trees. So these are one of your ephemera pieces. So you're going to need one of those trees. And then you're going to want to fussy cut out the ghosty guy. So the bat who's dressed as a ghost. He's so cute. So we're going to fussy cut him. So I think he's the cutest of them all, but we can do a poll at the end and you guys can vote on which critter you think is the cutest. But personally, I think he's very cute. All right.
Anybody else ever lose their scissors? Just.
Oh, I lose things on my desk regularly.
Yeah.
That's sort of the crafty desk. You found
Yeah.
him?
They were under, what were they under?
Mhm.
I don't know, something else.
I usually have multiple pairs on my desk, so if I lose one set, I can grab another pair, just in case. Good.
I have plenty here. It's just, I love these.
All right, so this goes together pretty easy. There's only one trick to it, and I have it in the directions, but I'll show it to you. Before you glue anything down, you're going to pop up your tree on your paper. So we're going to take some dimensionals and we're going to put some dimensionals on kind of half of the tree. So I'm going to kind of do the right half of this tree. I'll do some dimensionals. And I might go extra and do half a dimensional on this base just because, if we're doing it, we might as well do it, right? Okay. So I'm going to put dimensionals on half the tree. And I'm going to put the tree on my piece of DSP, kind of where I want it, which is right about there. And then I'm going to flip the tree over and I'm going to just cut off the parts of the tree that are hanging out over it. So we're going to get rid of that part of the tree. You could use this on another piece if you wanted, especially this upper part of a tree, But if you don't want to, you don't have to. But now I've got a cool 3D tree, right? And so that looks really cool there. So, but we wanted to do that before we glued it down on the green. So want to make sure to pop that tree and cut it and trim it before we glue it onto the green. And then I'm going to kind of zoom in a little bit more because we can. All right. And then we're just going to glue this down and we're going to pop our bat up with some dimensionals and we're going to add some boos and some stars and we're done with the first banner piece. So hopefully the banner pieces are easy and fun. Again, I think I did stickers on the back of here, but I can't be certain of anything nowadays. So
So
if it,
if I'm, excuse me, if I'm
yeah,
cutting mine, I'm just gonna cut off a 1/4 inch on each side or a 1/4 inch total.
it'll be, so what you'll want to do is, I'm going to show on a different piece. Let me find one that will work. What you'll want to do is kind of
Be an
take,
eighth on top, bottom, and sides.
it's a
or on-
1/4. Yeah. So trace around your banner piece on your DSP and then kind of go in a 1/4 inch, right? So it's gonna be hard to
It
do.
would be
I
an-
think you should,
it would be an eighth of an inch around all the sides, because then that would make a 1/4 all the way.
it's actually a 1/4. Like I just measured it and it's like it's a 1/4.
Each
It's like
side is a
On each
1/4?
side.
it is. It's like 3/8 of an inch if we're being super precise. It's 3/8 of an inch. I don't understand why, but I would just wait till you got your dies, Joanne.
Okay,
Honestly.
all right,
Because I don't think you're going to be happy with it as you
Okay.
would be if you had the dies.
Okay.
So, that's just me, you know. I think you'll be much happier. But until that point, we'll move on to the next one. And the next one doesn't need that. So you're not out on all of them. Don't worry.
Well, I can glue my boo on, right?
That's true. You can glue your boo on.
Okay.
Okay.
Your boo boo.
So are you gonna leave that one up? So, since
Uh-huh.
I die, I might have cut it too we'll put it however.
Yeah.
And I apologize, ladies, for not remembering to die cut those.
And I should have sent you a message when I was die cutting them and been like, hey, June, you should die cut this. But I did not. So that's my fault too. I'm going to add some white
Also,
stars on
But
this one.
apparently that just didn't click that, hey, those are die cut.
Well, and I had the DSP all sorted and everything, and then I was like, oh no, I've got to do that for them. So then I had to go through everybody's DSP pile, and anyway, that was a pain. And then I added a few of the cute little white stars on here because I thought they were really cute. So,
You put dimensionals on the back of the tree.
oh yeah, and the bat.
The bat.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, the bat.
I'm not there yet, so
That ghost.
Bat ghost, yes. Not a bat girl, but a bat ghost. He's so funny. He cracks me up.
wait, this way. Okay. Almost there.
You're fine. I am going to make cards out of my second set because I really don't need 2 banners in my life, right? I barely need one. I have a lot of Halloween home decor, so it's okay. It's important. So the one of the things that June and I really wanted to do with all the banner pieces was we wanted to pull in all the colors from the suite. And Daffodil Delight is definitely the toughest of the colors to deal with. So your banner, I hope, June, ran it through the embossed folder. Yes, excellent. Yay. I said that with
I did have mom do that.
Okay, I said that with trepidation. So we use the exposed brick 3D embossing folder. Oh, I'm so glad, Susan, you like the cards. That's good. I'm so glad. Yeah, they fit like perfect on a card and they just look so cute. So you have a yellow embossed brick banner, and then you have a fun petunia pop piece. So for this guy, we're gonna need a lot of windows. So get to fussy cutting. Sorry. And if you hate fussy cutting, then maybe this isn't the card for you. If you have, so one option is if you do have those banner dies, if you really wanted to like, I think it's really cute the way that I designed it. Okay. I'm just going to say that. But if you wanted to die cut a banner with a bunch of these windows on it, you could. And I might do that on this one and see how it looks. Like it's going to cover a lot of the exposed brick. And the reason I did the exposed brick was because I thought it looked cool with all the windows. So I don't know. It's up to you as to how you decide to do that. But if you want to do it, here are all the windows you need. You will need a cat window. You will need a round window. You will need a window with the skull over it that has the eyeballs peering out of it. And you will also need a window with a pumpkin in it. So this has all the windows in it. And luckily, the windows are pretty, they're pretty straightforward. And so they're pretty easy to kind of trim around and deal with. But again, if this drives you crazy or this isn't your jam, then do something else. It's okay. And then the good thing is the little fairy, she is just an ephemera piece. So you'll find her in your ephemera set. So one less thing to have to fussy cut, right? For someone who hates fussy cutting, I sure do it a lot.
Do you hate fussy cutting, really?
I really do. I find it aggravating.
Oh, I love fussy cutting.
And you're pretty quick with it.
I know I am. This what's funny. Like I'm skilled and I do it in my designs a lot. I just don't enjoy it. I think, I don't know. I prefer more instant gratification. So-
Relaxing to me.
oh, I know. People who say that, y'all are weird.
Yeah.
Sarah, was that you that said that?
Yep.
Yeah.
I find it relaxing too.
Uh,
Must be my teacher thing.
maybe.
Must
Y'all
be.
can.
I entered the right career lately.
Well, and people who can fussy cut while like watching TV or something, like I would look up and I'd have like cut my thing in half or something. Like I can't, like I don't understand how people can do that. I have to focus. Like this is like
Do that. That's usually where I'm doing it. If I have to do a lot of fussy cutting, it's
really
usually
no way, bro. I can stamp, I can assemble, I don't know, I can do 27 other things, but I cannot fussy cut and watch TV. That's crazy.
What did you say, Sarah?
I said people with ADHD need to do two things at once. So cutting and watching TV. Otherwise, I would fall asleep watching TV just because I would not be engaged enough.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I
I don't
close
have ADD, but yeah, I like to, if it's something I've seen before, like mom and I are watching the Star Wars in timeline order. Well, this is my third time, and I was like, I cannot just sit here and do nothing. So I have a little camping table up there, and I take my kits and things to work on while we are watching. Or my fussy cutting. When I was
That's-
ready for, do you remember that taco set?
oh yeah.
And it didn't have any dies with it.
Yeah. So painful.
So I happened to do a retreat, a fiesta retreat, and I stamped, colored, and cut about 1 million of everything. Yeah, I did that all while watching TV.
Oh.
I cut 1 million of those tools out with the TV paper.
The trusty
Oh,
tools.
paper.
That
Yeah,
paper.
I cut, you know what? I did too. I cut a lot with that too. Yeah.
So funny. Yeah. Not my jam. I am at that point where I need readers, but yet the readers I have give me a headache. So I don't know. Like, we'll see. I gotta go back to the doctor and see what to do about that. All right.
And
All right. Once you have your accoutrement of windows, you can glue them down. So you'll notice this window is kind of missing part of it. I just was cutting from like a corner, but what I realized was that like it was an edge or something. And I was like, it's fine because the girl's going to be right in front of it and no one's going to notice. So it'll be fine. So all of the windows are just glued down with glue. They're just glued flat onto your piece. So you can arrange them how you see fit. And we're going to stamp Eat, Drink, and Be Scary in Petunia Pop. Because why not? Petunia Pop is fun. If you don't like the tone on tone look and you want it to be darker, then you could stamp in black on there too. And I might stamp in black this time just to show you the difference. I like the tone on tone, but I know that's not for everybody. Eat, drink, and be scary. Right. She's not very scary at all, but she's cute. I'm gonna glue these down. Right. I will say that attention to detail, like the little moons on here, like it's just this paper was crafted with a lot of detail, like to all the little pieces. I don't know, every single piece of the DSP. I keep saying like we keep designing paper better and better. And we keep one-upping ourselves in terms of the cuteness of the paper. So like that cat, he is just so angry and funny.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't look like our Lucky. We have a black cat named Lucky because
You know, because
we thwart the superstitions. Ron and I got married on Friday the 13th.
ooh,
Well, he was a roofer and now he's a gutter guy. He walks under, over, and around ladders. He could care less. And then my son wanted a cat, and we had gone to get a dog, and my son was like, Dad has a dog, you have a cat, I want a pet. And they're
no,
sitting there hanging in the cage. And so my husband was like, what do you think? And I said, I don't know. What do you think? I said, I've always wanted a black cat named Lucky. So it was named Batgirl, or it was Batman, turned out to be a female. So then they named it Batgirl. But then on the way home from Alamogordo, New Mexico, we named it Lucky.
I love that. I had a black cat. Oh, her name was Stormy. We rescued her and her sibling kitties from a gutter after a big storm. The mom had been washed away. And
Oh,
so we had Stormy, Rainy, and Puddles. Yeah, it was like real cute. And Stormy was really kind of feisty and mean, but she was funny. and she cornered a friend of mine at a party at my house one time. It was really funny. And was kind of like slinking in front of her, you know. And my friend's like, Melissa, Melissa. And I come in and I'm like, what's going on? She's like, Stormy's cornered me. And I was like, you are fine. She's not going to do anything to you. But she just liked to mess with people. Like she was really funny. But my husband, we started dating and
She was a black cat and people were afraid.
oh yeah, she knew how much power she held for sure. And she owned it too. But my husband was allergic, so we gave her to my best friend who lived in Houston and she's like, "Yeah, she's put on a bit of weight and she's like really nice now." And I was like, "Oh my gosh." I was like, "I wonder if I like kept her too hungry." And that's why she was like mean, you know? Is like lean, mean, fighting machine. So anyway, that was our theory for a long time was that that must have been why. So
Um,
our I popped the little girl up with dimensionals. So all the windows are glued flat. The girls popped up with dimensionals, and then I just put dimensionals on this end. And I'm just going to put a wee bit of glue like on this end. And then when I put it on there, it'll all kind of be one level. And then I added a few of the little black stars. So eat, drink, and be scary. I do like it in the black. I think it shows up nice.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, looks cute. I'm about to be out of black stars, y'all. Like this is a tragic moment. That's always a good thing when you've like used a lot of the pieces. So
Yeah. It's
yeah,
so cute. I love this banner.
it's really cute. And they're really cute as cards too. So
oh, drink.
yeah, I mean this one will be oh so cute as a card. So
Yeah.
yeah, super cute. Love it. All right. Cool. Okay, 2 banners down. We're getting there. We're progressing. Progressing. All right. So, all right. This is actually, I think, the first, the only, the last time that we're going to use the big stamp in the stamp set, which is kind of the showstopper of Fright Night, is this adorable stamp. And we only use it once, which is a shame. I want to show you a really cute card, though, that I made with my seniors. Oh, let me see if I can, let me grab it real quick because it's really cute. Oh. I teach at a senior center, and so I used some of that potions and spells paper from last year, and we stamped and die cut this. And one of the reasons I like this stamp is that it's supposed to be imperfect. So it has like little bubbles and stuff because it's supposed to look like worn. So you're not going to get a perfect stamped image, and that's okay. So everybody just take a breath and be okay with that. And then, but my seniors loved it. They're like, oh, it looks so cool. And then this was fun. We just tore, this is that two-tone cardstock, and we just tore a little bit of it. And then, you know, you could kind of see the paper on the inside. So anyway, I love this stamp. I think it's adorable. And the only touch that I saw someone add was they added a little bit of marker on this hat, which was really funny. So they like took a pumpkin pie marker and they made the hat band. I need to use the other side. They made the hat band like orange, and I just thought that was it's cute. Like it adds like a little, you know, just a little touch to that little hat if you want to. But anyway,
Cute.
super cute. Love this big stamp. I think it's really fun. So we're going to use that on our next banner piece. So the next banner piece is Petunia Pop. And you are going to need your big guy for this. And you know what? I don't think I I did. I was really nice to y'all. I put my spider webs on adhesive sheets too this time. I'm telling you, like it was full service kind of week up in the Thomas studio here.
Yeah, I
Uh,
would have appreciated that tip.
yeah, I don't know. I was feeling extra last week. What can I say? So, now y'all's banner pieces are just a flat piece, and I'm going to show you the original. So I'm going to bring the original in. So this is the way that I designed it. There's a couple things you could do if you wanted to zhuzh it up. There is a really cute star stamp that you could like stamp some little stars and add a little extra texture. I actually have a piece. This was the plaid embossing folder, and I had like run this through for something else. And I was like, huh, I wonder what this will look like. So we're gonna see what this looks like. But anyway, so we're going to stamp on here, and my seniors were able to stamp a die cut piece, which was, I thought, pretty miraculous. So if they can do it, you can do it too. I have faith in you. And there's always two sides to every piece of paper. So we're going to give that a go.
As we
Um,
the last one.
huh?
As we discovered on the last one.
Yeah, and one of the things I told the seniors, especially with Memento and this one, is, kind of keep your stamp upside down and make sure that you go over it several times, like lots and lots of ink. You can't really over ink this with Memento. So I just made sure that the whole thing was kind of glistening before I tried to stamp it. And I'm going to try to do it on camera, which is always fun.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's a little to the right. That's going to be my prediction, but we're going to see. We'll see. All right. 1, 2, 3. A little to the right, but not bad. Not bad at all.
Bad.
Not bad. So now I will say I've had 3 classes of seniors to practice this on. So, this is not my first rodeo. So there's 2 pieces of that banner paper that I put under here, that little black banner and that hot pink banner. So, if you want to go in and cut a couple of those, you can. And you'll notice that they are longer than like this piece we're going to hide it behind. I didn't run it the full length of it, but you totally could. You could totally run it from top to bottom. I did cut these little banner, I kind of cut I cut it like a banner. So, um, if you wanted to do that, and I think I tried to like kind of angle it, even though it's not exact.
Yeah, that's why I didn't, because I was like, that just
I
seemed
know.
like I did for my banner piece. So
I know.
yeah, I did. It worked for the banner piece, but I didn't do it for the card. So
I know. I was just giving it a go. So, I think it's good enough. So we're gonna call it a day. All right. And then it's just glue, dimensionals, So, yep. Don't glue the tip of your banner down to the table like I just did. No big deal. So with this one, I cut those banners off and just made them kind of like bottom pieces. With this one, I'm just running it all the way to the top, just so you can see the difference, but I don't really think it makes that much of a difference. And then this die cut, this web, I just didn't pop out all the pieces. So you got for my folks, you got the sticker on the back, but you have to poke out your own pieces. Sorry.
Yeah, I think Mom poked out most of the pieces for my girls, but I'm not sure if she got all of them.
It's very nice.
Did we glue these banners down?
Yeah, I just glued them down flat.
Okay.
I actually think I wanted to ship them with the centerpieces in because I think they were a little more stable. I think adding the sticky back to the back of them made them a little more stable too, because they were kind of delicate.
Yeah. And I know that on my projects, I didn't like, I just put glue in on a couple of the wider spots and that's it. I didn't like glue them solidly down so
I
that
think
they,
I did the same thing. Mine are kind of sticking up on the ends, you know. So, but however you want to do it, super cute.
yeah. And the nice thing was there were 3 of these in the dies.
Yeah, so the mass production of spider webs was not incredibly painful, which was great.
Mom's feet hurt by the time she was done.
It's one of my friends said it's time to consider an electric dye machine, and I was like, never.
I do know some demos who use the scan and cut, but I'm like,
Oh yeah. All right, so I'm gonna just try to put mine down. Boop, boop, with the sticker and see what I think. And then I did this on dimensionals and this on dimensionals. So both of these are on dimensionals if you're wanting to know. We won't go through a whole sheet of dimensionals tonight, but we're going to get real close.
that's funny. I did mine wrong. I
What do you
did
mean?
the white on the green without dimensionalized that, but I dimensionalized all the windows on the yellow one.
Hey, whatever, you know? It's okay.
Can you tell I probably didn't read the directions that time around? Actually, I think that was when I was just going off the pictures.
Well, and the thing is nobody knows what the original looks like. So
Right.
that's how you
Right.
intended it to be.
Yeah. I'm just noticing like, oh, okay, I did that different. Oh, okay, I did that different.
Okie dokie. And then we added a few more of the black because apparently we like those. The black cute little stars on here.
Yeah, you did use a lot of black. Fun.
I did. I was very excited. What can I say?
I love the next one. The next 2.
Oh, I'm so glad. Those are fun.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So there we go. Banner number 3. We did it. I will leave this one kind of on the screen while
Yeah.
we transition to the next one. Okay. So the next guy is another one of the DSP ones, Joanne, that you're going to want to wait on to try to do. So just
Okay.
FYI, I just want you to know.
Okay.
So this is that DSP panel that has the cute little kind of open door. And it's got the little jack-o'-lanterns. And so you will need 2, I don't know why, fussy cut guys What was I thinking? No, the last one's even worse, fussy cutting. So we'll just end on a bang tonight. But the bear and the pig, the superhero and the vampire. So you're gonna need these guys. And I'm gonna kind of hold this up to the camera so you can see. It looks like he's coming out of the doorway here. And I'm gonna kind of put my scissors in here so you can see this. I cut a slit here where that doorway is. See how I'm sticking my scissor behind there? So all that I did was I took this piece and if you have a silicone mat to protect your work surface, it's probably smart. If you don't, it's no big deal. Just cut your work surface. It's fine. You have an X-Acto knife, you can do that. If you have scissors, you can do that. If you want to use your trimmer, you can do that. But all I did was I just cut a line on that doorway. And it because it's DSP, it just cuts like a breeze, right? So then once we've like trimmed our little guy, he's gonna like hang in the doorway, right? So like I just wanted to tuck him in the door. So I thought that was cute. It is an imperceptible process that I had forgotten about until I was prepping this. And then I was like, oh yes, I was way smart and I made this cool doorway slit. And so anyway, um, Count Dracula here can lean in the doorway. So what was I thinking? Fussy cutting on a Friday night.
I think you just kind of, all the cutest critters were,
Oh, they're just so cute.
no, the only way to use them was to fussy cut them because they didn't have dies for those guys. Because this isn't the paper that goes with the stamp set.
Yeah, so we
Each stamp set, it doesn't have dies for those critters. So
right. Yeah, so we actually purposely chose the different die set for this and the stamp set because the critters that are in the stamp and die set that go with this paper don't actually match any critter on any sheet, which is fascinating. So the stamped images and the critters and the dies match no critter on any sheet of paper, which is why we decided to go with the other one because we really liked the labels. I really loved the boo and the eek and the spider. And so that's why we decided to use the other bundle. And, June and I had a good discussion about it and we were like, we don't really like those other guys. Do you have that set, June? I don't
no,
have it.
no.
No, I didn't get it
I didn't
either.
buy it because that was a lot of coloring. I like that these are already colored for me.
See, now I can color till the cows come home. I can color and watch TV. But I just didn't like those guys. I liked these guys better. These were way cuter. So
Yeah.
on a level of, 1 to 10 of cuteness factor, these
Well,
guys were
and I like the spider webs and the eek and boo, like you said, and the
yes.
banner and the tag. So,
Just
I
so
mean,
cute.
the other one had a little haunted house, which was cute. That was
It-
very
and there was that little bat, like there was a bat, like a little notch bat thing that was cute. But yeah, this die set is definitely, I think, the cutest. And just, I don't know, it's super useful. So all votes for that. Okay, so then the only other thing you need is for this one is, sorry, everything's kind of askew here. The only other thing you need for this guy is this little party banner. It's in your ephemera pack. I don't have a second one somehow. I don't know. So I'm not going to, it won't be on mine. So it's okay.
There's only one.
There is only one. So, um, but other than that, the bear just gets glued down flat and we just kind of tuck him in the doorway. And then the little piggy, he's like running across the sidewalk. So other than that, this is just gluing. So, and there's no stars on this one. I don't know. But like it was cute and it didn't need it.
Yeah, it has a lot going on.
Yeah, I think visually it's already busy enough. So I recommend you glue your bear in your doorway before you glue it down on your paper. So yeah. He looks like he's winking. I think he's winking.
I think he is.
I think I just noticed that. That's really funny. Fun, funny guy. All right, let's get this glued down. And we're gonna pop our little pig up on some dimensionals. And I did have on my original, I had the pig, his cape is kind of like on the edge. It's kind of flapping over the edge. If I was going to use it as a banner, if I was going to put it on a card, I could still do the same thing. I just need to go in a little bit, right? I just want to be careful that it still fits in the card. So maybe move them over like a millimeter or so if you're going to put them on a card base, but super cute. And this is my kind of Halloween, cutesy Halloween all the way. Although I like lots of kinds of Halloween, but cutesy's the best.
Yeah, I like cutesy Halloween too. I still have one of those, you can buy those blow up things that just the air keeps running.
Yeah.
Tigger coming up out of a pumpkin.
I love it.
Because when Kitar was little, he didn't like scary things. And I'm not really into scary things. Been there, done that when I was younger, decided that wasn't for me. So we went all cutesy Halloween.
Yeah. One of our neighbors has, for as a fundraiser, they have a haunted house that is scary clowns. And they have 3 levels of terrifying that you may choose when you go into the haunted house in their garage. It is truly, truly horrifying. And there are live actors, and it's a huge fundraiser for St. Jude's. It's an amazing thing that our neighbors do. I picked level 1 because I am a scaredy cat, and I thought I was going to have a coronary. So but the teenagers love it, and they are picking level 3. So I was like, y'all go have fun. I'm gonna go home and have a drink because that was about all I could handle. So
When I was dating my first husband, he was a GI, and he was in the army. And so, yeah, his group did this big haunted house, but I knew all the guys, so it didn't scare me. But then I went one time with my sister in Phoenix. We went to a haunted house. Well, she loves to scream and she loves to be scared. So she scared me more than the whole haunted house did, because she would scream at everything and grab me.
oh gosh. No one touched me.
I think that's the last haunted house I've been to.
Hmm.
My husband's not really into it, and of course my son wasn't. So that's the last one. But yeah, I mean, she made it fun because she would like that. Just like when you went on carnival rides, she made it fun because she was always screaming.
Oh my gosh.
Kidding me.
Don't think I could do that. All right. So the last banner piece is the orange one. And we made a mirror with so it's kind of like, it reminds me of like Sleeping Beauty. I don't know. Or the Wicked Witch of the West or whatever. Right. So I'm going to show you how to make this mirror. You're going to have to sacrifice one of your bags. So just FYI. So you can take your bag and you can trim it apart. And then you could use this you'll have half a bag that you won't use. This is really cute if you wanted to do like a window, like a shaker card or something. And it's iridescent, so it'll have like extra oomph. So just, keep this around and you'll find a good use for it, I'm sure. It's hot pink iridescent vellum. Like who wouldn't have a fun use for that? So all right. So what we're going to need for this is you have your orange banner piece. Yay. Pumpkin pie. You've got your piece of DSP, and Joanne, you can do this one because you don't need to have this die cut because we're going to, unfortunately, fussy cut it. And then you've got a green banner. So that's going to have Happy Halloween on it. We'll deal with that in a second. So we're going to fussy cut the outside of this so that it kind of pops up. And then we're going to fussy cut, or we're going to cut the inside of this. So I'm going to show you how to cut the inside first because it's a little bit easier to cut it when you have like a full sheet of paper to hold on to. So I'm going to find that cutting mat that I was using because I think that might be safer. Silicone mat. I just don't want to hurt myself today.
Good idea.
Yeah. All right. So poke, pierce, whatever. Find your way into the middle. And you're going to cut the middle out. So just right on that black line. But we're still trying to kind of preserve this shape of the middle because we're going to use it to make the back piece. So I'll show you. So I'm going to cut that. Okay. So we've got our middle piece. And then those cute little that candy paper that June loves oh so much, we're going to sacrifice a little piece of it. So we're going to turn it over and we're going to use this dark black piece that's kind of spooky and sketchy looking. And we're going to trace a circle on here. I don't need this anymore. I'm just going to use a marker. You could use a pencil. Doesn't really matter. I'm just going to trace a circle on here. Great. And now I'm going to cut out my new egg shape. So you know how sometimes you have a vision and you're like, this will happen, right? And I want this to come true. This was me bound and determined to make this cool looking glass mirror, spooky mirror thing. So. Oh, look, more tracing. So now we're going to take that, and I think I probably need a permanent marker though for this iridescent thing. So if you're good at holding it, if you're good at like holding something and like cutting it while you do it, you can do that. If not, you can just kind of, take a marker, and it doesn't have to be very exact because we're going to go we're going to go kind of on the outside of it. You can see I'm kind of going big, right? And that's okay. Then we're going to cut that out. I know my commitment to this was strong. And the good news is this will all be kind of covered up by this edge. So you don't have to, you don't have to worry too much about it. Like, about it looking perfect or anything. Okay. All right, so we have a black egg, we have an iridescent egg. We have our orange egg, which we can get rid of now because it's useless. So goodbye. And we're just going to fussy cut, because why not? This piece here.
Yeah, for
So we're
not
just,
fussy cutting, you sure
I know, what came over me? Yeah.
you must not have done it all at once, so therefore
I,
you realize
I,
how much.
you know what's funny? I did. Like I was so excited about this banner and I was just so, when we met, I was pumped.
Yeah,
And like I did, I don't know what came over me. Like I
that's
must
why
have
I
just,
told you go for the banner. You had so many awesome ideas. I was
I
like,
know,
yeah, just go for it. I'll find free stuff.
I know. And I was like, oh God, you want to do 3D stuff? Please do all the 3D you want to do. I was like, I can't do it today. I'm not great at 3D stuff. I have good spatial skills, but what it is, I'm not very good at building those.
I don't make it up myself like some people do. I have to follow a tutorial. I don't know how they come up with it.
I don't either. Like when they're like, oh, you can just measure this and do this. And I'm like, what? How? It's always amazing to me.
Yeah. I've
Um,
been doing more 3D stuff, but I have to go find it. And I just sit there and think, what made you think of this idea? Like doing one
well,
of our boxes today, I'm like, how did you what made you think of that?
yes, the one 3D that you're doing, I'm just so excited about. It's like magic. It's like paper magic. Like you look at it and you're like, there's no way that that can make that shape. And then it does. I'm so excited.
I
All
know.
right.
Now we're
So,
just cutting out the mirror now.
yeah, we're just cutting out the little mirror, the ornate frame that kind of goes around the mirror.
Okay.
Lots of fussy cutting. We're
Mm-hmm.
But it'll be fine. Oh, my kid's home from band. Excellent. All
That's
right.
not a football game tonight.
Well, we had a football game on Thursday night, which is really weird. So, yeah, so we ended up, she had band practice tonight, which was weird. So, anyway, that's why I was able to do all this, or else I would have been at the concession stand slinging hash. Um, Okay, so there's a couple ways that you can glue this together. You can glue like this piece onto here, which I think is probably the easiest. And then and so that's kind of why I made it a little bit bigger, right? So that it has a little bit of like edge and room to do that. So I'm probably just gonna come with like a wee bit of wee bit of adhesive. You could use a dry adhesive as well, and that would be fine too. Um, but I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back of that frame. And then I'm just going to kind of eyeball this guy and get him glued on there. Okay. In terms of stamping, I did stamp the little stars on here a couple of times. I didn't love them. They stamp sketchy. I don't know how to express that other than they're not really stars. Oh, there's our big dog barking. Um,
Yeah, you had to be very gentle with the stamping.
yes, I do think that's the good word for it. So I just yeah, if you press too hard, then they kind of smush down. Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
So just kind of random stamping of stars. Um, you know, however you want. Upper, upper left, lower right, if you wanted to add a little bit to this piece. You could also emboss this. You could do whatever you want to give this a little bit more, texture or excitement. And then we're going to stamp Happy Halloween on here. I got some adhesive on mine, so I'm going to try to get that off. All right, Happy Halloween. All right. And then we're going to glue the black oval down flat. And we're going to pop this one up with dimensionals. So kind of just, eyeball where you're putting it in the middle-ish. And then dimensionals on here. And I did over dimensional this. I will admit this right now, June. This is going to be Karen Peterson level worth of dimensionals.
Need to be over dimensionalized. I agree.
This one I just felt like it needed extra support. It's a frame. It's kind of delicate to begin with. And I just thought it needed extra. So I went a little crazy. It's okay. Um So then that goes on top of there. And then you can just glue the Happy Halloween on top with glue. I might have done dimensionals, but I think I'm just going to glue it on with a little bit of glue. I think dimensionals are it's too much. So I would recommend a wee bit of glue. And I did purple stars on this one. I mixed it up. Some petunia pop on this one. All right. So good job, everybody. That was the banner, which I know had a lot of little pieces on it. But if you're making cards, you just made 5 cards, which is awesome. So you made 5 plus 2, so that's like 7 cards. So we know that this class was definitely value packed. And June is going to teach you how to make the 2 3D packagings that we have. And then we're done. So I'm going to share, I'm going to spotlight you, June.
All right,
Replace.
I have a question before we move on.
Oh,
'cause
yeah, for sure.
I'm behind. So did we glue the black on? And
I
then,
glued the black flat, yeah. And
okay,
then when I glued the frame and the and the adhesive sheet and the window sheet, whatever, the treat bag, then I put dimensionals here. And so then that's kind of up on dimensionals. So the black is flat and this is all popped up.
okay.
So it's almost like we made a shaker card, but we didn't seal it all the way around, nor did we stick anything fun in the middle. So
Okay. And I cut mine the same size, so I have to cut another one bigger. Okay. I can
yeah,
do that later.
good. Okay. Well, good. I'm glad that that was helpful. This one, I felt like you guys, the video is really important to see how to put this one together. Like, I could type this up, but this is like almost impossible to type up. Susan and I were having a discussion about that the other day. There was another card we were working on. She's like, I don't know how to type this up. So, all right, I'm going to spotlight June so June can show you these two adorable treat boxes.
I'm going to, oh no, oh, okay. I was like, what happened here? Well, that's because it's the paper. So let me zoom out a little bit so we can show you what you need for this. So this is our little treat thing. We're going to start with this one. And it is just like a matchbook. I don't even know if they make matchbooks anymore, but it's like a little matchbook. So this is going to be the first one that we do. So what you need is you're actually going to need just this piece of this one, but I wanted to show you which paper it was. And then remember how we had cut off a 1/2 inch strip from our candy? You want that piece. And then you should have, however it was packaged, you should have a strip of black, your gummy bears, and then you want to take the back side of this. We're going to have to destroy some of our beautiful little animals here, and we need to use this side of it. And then you should have a spider web and a spider. And then we're going to have to fussy cut out our little Dracula bear again. And then in your ephemera, there's a little bat. So we can go ahead and cut this.
Wildly, my guys might be missing a spider. And if they are, I'm sorry that they're missing a spider. So,
I think I'm missing a spider web.
ah.
Spider web, I think.
Yeah,
In your, it should be a packet like this. You should have your spider web. I put both of the treat packaging together.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
I thought there was not, I didn't remember this packet.
I couldn't,
Okay.
I couldn't find my other spider web, so I used that one. So maybe the other one will pull up too.
Oh, shoot.
Melissa, I have the spiders, so
Oh, good.
maybe
That
maybe they
that
got in.
okay, that means I didn't give myself a spider, which is a-okay. Uh, okay, can you remind us of those measurements again, June?
I haven't done any measurements yet.
Oh, hey, friend. Okay. Mm.
So this was the 1/2 inch strip that we had cut off from our piece when we were cutting it down from 6 inches to 5.5 for the card. And then we want this piece here. And then we want this orange, and we'll cut that in just a minute. I'm gonna let you fussy cut your little Dracula bear, and then I'll swipe everything off and we'll do the cutting that we need to do.
Dracula bear. Oh yeah, bear.
And you will need a stapler as well.
Yes, and for my people, I was never able to find the same gummy bears as Sweet June was. So you guys have some Haribo Sour Bats. I don't know why I could not find them, but I do live in a very small town and I have very limited shopping options.
So what did they get?
They got Haribo Sour Bats. They're like little Haribo, looks like the Haribo gummy bears, but
Right.
they're like sour bats. And so they
Oh, I need to
fit,
find some of those.
yes, they're delicious and they fit just fine. So
Perfect. Yeah, these are from the big box from Costco, but you don't
Yeah.
have a Costco, so.
I know. I live in the sticks.
Well, you know what? I live like for mail, it takes extra long for things to get here, but we do have a Costco. We do have a Costco. Thank goodness. But like, because Kalispell is like the biggest town in the area. Missoula is a little over 2 hours away. Spokane is 3 hours away. So, yeah. All right.
Melissa, where are you?
What's that?
Where are you, Melissa?
I am in Dripping Springs, which is west of Austin, Texas.
Okay.
So we have a Walgreens and an HEB. It's our grocery store. And we have a Tractor Supply, a
Yeah,
Dollar,
one of
yep, a
This
Dollar
week?
General. And that's about it.
Okay.
So,
And it sounds like here.
yeah, where are you at?
Halifax, Massachusetts.
Where's that?
It's near Plymouth,
Oh, okay. Okay.
but we have a Walmart.
I don't even
Uh,
have a Walmart or a Target.
in the next town, we have a Tractor Supply, and we don't even have a grocery store except Walmart here.
You know, small town living, it has its pros and its cons for
Yeah.
sure. So,
And I never think of you, Joanne, as being out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. I call Halifax the middle of nowhere. To get on the highway and everything, it's like 15, 20 minutes to get to the highway. And there's nothing really around. So I
Yeah.
was going with my mother the other day somewhere, and she said, "This is the long way." I said, "No, this is how it is from Halifax. In the middle of nowhere, and you just have to find your way."
All right. Are we ready to cut? Does everyone have their little bear cut out?
Yep.
All right. So I'm going to move some things off of here. Move these little guys over. So we don't need this one, but we need these 3 pieces for cutting. So we need our trimmer. And we're going to cut our candy piece. It's already a 1/2 inch, so we're going to cut it at 2 3/4. Keep that piece. You can move the other one over. Then this piece, this banner piece, you're going to cut that at 2 3/4 also. We're going to leave it at its own thickness. And then you're going to take your orange and black speckled paper. And we have 2 cuts that we're going to do. And so as not to like ruin everything on here, I'm going to turn it sideways. And we're going to cut it at 2 3/4. And then turn it this way to 3 1/2. So this piece here
What was
with
the last one?
2 3/4 by 3 1/2. And so you already have this cut at 2 3/4. I'm going to cut off a 5/8 inch. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the line between 1/2 and 3/4. And then this is extra for you to use. Unfortunately, there's no critter for me that I can use. All right. So now you have these 2 pieces. You have these 2 pieces.
What's the rectangular again? Because mine didn't come out.
This one,
Yes.
this is 2 3/4 by 3 1/2.
I screwed it all up. Okay, I'll read. 2 1/2.
2 3/4 by 3.5.
Oh, okay, hold on, 2 3/4.
2 3/4 by 3.5.
Yeah.
And then the other one is the 2 3/4 by 5/8.
Hold on, 2 3/4 by 5/8.
Yes.
2 3/4. I think I got the 5/8, maybe. Okay, got that one right.
All right, so then you have your black. You're going to fold the top where it's the bigger piece to your, this is, what is it? It's 3 by 8.5. So you're going to fold your top one in or down towards you, and then the bottom one that's smaller is going to fold up. All right.
So again, please.
What's that?
The smaller one.
So the small one folds up and the top one that's larger folds
Oh.
down.
Make sure they're in the right direction. Gotcha.
All right, and then you're going to take your stapler and you're just going to staple here towards the bottom. Now, normally, I guess if you have a package like Melissa had, where you had this part at the bottom, you would staple that in here, but I had designed it this way, not realizing it. But you want to have this folded and then staple it in the center like that. And that just helps hold it when it slides partially in here. Then we're going to take our little orange one and it's going to get glued over that staple to hide it. And I'm going to have to go find those bats, Melissa. Did you get those at Walgreens?
Yes,
Okay.
because they had a huge Haribo bag of delight at Walgreens. So, and then for our vegan friends, I put something else in the bag because those are not vegan. So,
All right, so then you're going to, across the center, you're going to glue your Petunia Pop banner piece. And then across the center of that, you're going to glue, kind of pay attention to which direction your bats are flying, so you don't have them upside down. You're going to glue across the center of that. And then this will get glued on the front here. And I have to cover up these adorable critters. All right. Then you're going to take your spider web, of which I did not put paper under, sticky paper. I just put a dot of glue on all the thicker areas like I typically do. And then I glued it from the corner down. And actually this one looks like I didn't even glue that or it came undone. So then we're going to pop our bat. Oh, the bat, I put mini dimensionals on, and our other little guy, we're going to use regular dimensionals or minis if you have them, whatever you want to use. And so we'll put our Count Dracula bear over here. And then I glued, put the bat flying above. And I glued the spider straight down. I got mine crooked over here because I moved him. So this time I'm going to put him under here so that he can hang properly from, or draw the line properly from there. So it's like the bear is looking at the spider hanging down. Then you just need a black pen, which I apparently forgot to grab. And these pens, I really like these Stampin' Write markers. These were the newer version, and they have the bullet pen, the bullet bottom, and they are actually on the last chance list.
I know, I thought maybe they'd keep the black one.
Well, they came out with new journaling pens that are finer, but I actually like these. And so, but these I noticed today were on the last chance list. So if you really like those, I would get some while you can. And then what I did is I just took a glue dot. Either I usually grab them from all the kits because there's always so many in there. And so I just took a glue dot or two and put it inside like that. Pop those tops off and put my candy in there. So I slipped it in there a little bit like that. Oh. This one seems to be fuller. And then you just fold it over and stick it under like you would a matchbox, matchbook. All right, there we go. And there you have a cute little, really quick and easy treat. Yeah, this one seems to be flatter version than this one. Super fun, super quick, super easy, and you could do it any time of year with whatever theme candy that you have. I just really thought this was adorable. I got this from Chicken Scratch. I don't know what the person's real name is. Oh, Angie Judah is where I got this from. She does a lot of 3D things as well. So I decorated it different. She did it last year, but I just thought this was so cute. And the bear and the way he's looking at the spider, I think is adorable.
He's winking at the spider. So while we're getting ready for the next one, if you want to tell us in the chat who's your favorite critter. I know we've got a lot of folks on tonight, and I'd love to hear which of the critters was your favorite so far. Who did you like? The flamingo?
I don't know. I kind of like the hippo, but I kind of
Oh.
like the bear.
Yeah, I still think that bat ghost is pretty.
That bat ghost is really cute.
It's pretty cute.
Yeah, he is.
I like the hippo, I think, best of all. And the rhino, and not the rhino, the bear. These bears are really, really cute.
Yeah.
I don't usually think of bears in Halloween, so I need to see that.
All right.
I just I think it's just funny that the bat is dressed up as a ghost. Like, what, being a
Yeah.
bat wasn't scary enough?
Yeah,
Like, you
exactly.
know, so funny. Yeah, they're all really, really cute. The toucan. I mean, really, honestly,
Yeah, they are.
they nailed this one.
Yeah, they really did. I love this set, this paper. I just, yeah, it just amazes me that the stamp set that went with this really didn't coordinate with it. To me, I
It was,
thought this coordinated much better.
yeah, that was an odd
It was
thing.
kind of standalone even. Like you didn't have to use anything, any stamp with it. You just needed some verbiage. So that's where that was nice. All right, so for our next one, and I'll show it to you in just a moment, you need your granny apple green that should be just scored in half. Did you score it all?
I did. I scored it all for them.
All right. Well, I have to walk it through for my girls, so you'll get to see how that's done because that's also sometimes hard to put into words.
Yeah.
I have yeah, like PDFs or my tutorials are my
Kryptonite.
my most challenging. All right, so you need your pot and your bubbling green stuff. You need your little toucan bat and the 2 candy corns. Now on mine, you can see here on mine, I had the guy going this way, but I used both of these. So I had to, right, there was only one of these. So I had to use this one and this one. There were 2 of these. So from that other card. So, but here is our treat box.
Oh, cool.
All right, so you're also going to need your ribbon. And then when you open it up, and I put way more in than I sent. I just kind of stuffed it, I think. Have your little Smarties. All right, so let's make this box because I know you're all sitting there going, yeah, that's not going to work. It's going to work, I promise. Let's go ahead and stamp first. We're going to stamp the Eat, Drink, and Be Scary in your black memento on your Petunia Pop banner. And I just did mine way too high. Oh, well. Right. And then we will move these die cuts aside for the moment. And we will first do this paper. So you need a tick mark at the top at 2.5. So what I like to do, get your cutter out of the way. I'm going to go here to 2.5, and I'm just going to use my scoring blade to make just a little bit of a tick mark here at the top. All right, and then I'm going to turn it around, do the same thing at 2.5, make it a little tick mark. All right, so you have a tick mark here at 2.5 and at the bottom at 2.5. Mary Beth and Joanne, you got that?
Yeah.
Working on
Okay. So then you're going to draw a score line from that tick mark out to this edge to where you have the other score line. So from here to here, you're going to do a score line. And from here to, so on both sides, you're going to be making that triangle. So from the tick line to the score line, and here from the tick line to the score line. And I saw this originally as a Christmas treat box, and I turned it into the Halloween one. So you can use this box as well for anything, Christmas, Halloween, birthday, Valentine's, anything. So when you're done, you're going to have the score lines here and here, and then in the center. You can see it there. That's easier to see.
So we should flip into it the other one side too?
No. Well, yeah, on both sides of the center score line, yes.
Okay.
That it looks like this.
Okay. I'd only done one side. I'll do the other
Okay.
side. Whoops.
One didn't score very good. Okay.
All right, got that?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so then you're going to take your candy paper and you're going to cut it at 3 3/4. 3 3/4 by 4 3/4. 3 3/4 by 4 3/4. Oh, those dang bats make it a directional paper. That's
Oh,
Yeah, mine is my bats are flying sideways and I'm okay with it. It's
that
Halloween.
means you need to, if you want, you need to do this at the 4 3/4 with your bats upright. That would be 4 3/4. And then by 3 3/4. If you want your bats to be upright versus sideways.
I think I accidentally did it correctly.
me too. I did too.
Woo! All right, then we need to do a little tick mark at 2 3/8. So 1, 2, 3, 2 3/8. We're gonna do just a little tick mark. And from that tick mark to your outer corner, you're going to cut it off. So make sure you can see your tick mark to your outer corner. And you want to make sure you cut from your tick mark to your outer corner so you don't bunch up your corner. You're going to cut that off. And then on the other side, from your tick mark to your outer corner. And this is the easiest triangle I have ever cut. If more people did it that way, it would be so nice. Triangles are like the most challenging. So now this should fit nicely into your triangle. So we're going to fold these in and burnish all of them on all your score lines.
Oh, mine doesn't fit nicely.
No?
Well, no, not at all.
Uh-oh.
You may have to turn it.
I turned it. I think I cut it wrong.
Here's both sides. Oh, shoot.
Whatever.
Remember, first one's practice.
Right.
That's what we always say about bowling too. First game's practice.
Yeah. Okay, so it's not, my triangle didn't come out triangle-ish.
Huh. So, yeah. So
Huh.
you're going to glue, because you want to glue this on before we do the sides. You're going to glue this on.
And this
Just the one side, because you're only doing the front top.
out which side are we gluing it onto?
Whichever side you want.
Okay.
It doesn't really matter. It's whichever side has the paper, that will be the front. And mine's not quite perfect, but no one's going to look at it that close because they're going to be so excited to open it and get the candy out.
Uh-huh.
All right. So then we want to take our little critters and we're going to put, well, I guess there's only one critter. We're going to glue our green bubbles, and I stuck it in here like this so that that was on the outside, and you're going to glue this onto your pot. Kettle. What is it? Pot? Kettle?
Kettle.
Cauldron.
Cauldron. There you go.
Yes.
Thank you. All right, so you want to glue your green bubbles on there. And then we're going to put dimensionals on the back of these. That one flew out of my hand and decided where it was going to go. All right, and we're going to put our cauldron on here. And so if our cauldron is a little bit over the edge, it's okay. You don't want it too far over the edge, but it can go a little bit over the edge like that. And then our toucan, which we may have needed to, depending on which one you have. Now mine's looking away instead of at it. So maybe I should put this on the other side. Is it too late? No. So I'll put this one over here for you to see. Because he's looking right at it, and the guy that I'm now using is looking the wrong way. So I'm going to put this cauldron on this side so that my toucan can be looking at his little creation there. And then the very giant sized candy corn over there. And then we'll wait to put the eat, drink, and be scary until we get the box together. So now this is how your box, are you ready to put it all together?
Nope. I had to
Did you
reshape.
punch holes in theirs, Melissa?
I did.
You
was-
were way nicer than I was. Sorry,
You know,
Mary Ann,
I was
Beth
just-
and Joanne.
I was feeling very full service. The other thing that I believe I included was one of the ribbon threaders, the floss threaders.
Yeah, those two. I
Okay.
didn't have a hard time sticking my ribbon through, so that's probably why I forgot.
Good. I had very small holes, so that is why I felt it was necessary.
So All right, so I have my crocodile. Mine's not the old Stampin' Up one because I think I won this. So we're gonna punch a hole in the middle here.
Oh, that's how you do it. Mm.
Yeah, actually that was too small. And then punch a hole in the middle here.
Not with that full, just,
Any
Okay.
hole punch.
and not too close to the end, or,
Yeah, not too close to the edge. I got mine a little bit too close on the one side. So, and then you're going to fold this up and fold this way. And you're going to take a piece, I would do about 11 inches because then you can cut the edges nicely. And you're going to thread it through.
so the holes should be matching up?
Yes, the holes should be matching up.
I don't know if the holes I punched matched up. So if they didn't, guys, punch another hole.
As long as they're close, they don't have to be perfectly. So you thread in one and then from the other side, you'll thread in your other. And then before you tie it up, you want to stick your candy in there. Oops.
It's coming together beautifully. It's like Halloween magic.
I know. This is
I'm
the
loving
one
it.
I do too. And when June built this, I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, this is so cool. And it is blowing my
Yeah,
mind.
when I found it, it was blowing my mind too. And I found it last year and I was like, oh, that's too complicated. I'm not going to do it. And then this year when we got together, I was like, all right, I'm going to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Together, I was like, oh my gosh, that was not complicated at all.
So cute.
Well, and thanks for the tip on the cutting out the triangle.
Right?
I was sitting there looking at it like, now, how are we going to do that? And it
Mm.
was great.
That's why I thought it was complicated because I saw the triangles and I was like, great,
Mm-mm.
triangles, they never come out. Then you're just going to put your treats inside.
And I will say, I'm the reason that there's no chocolate in here. So I explained to Sweet June, who lives in Montana, that you can't send chocolate in the mail in Texas until about January. And so down here, it has to all be non-chocolate, non-melty. So
Yeah,
um,
it all worked out. I like Smarties, so. And then you just tie it and it pulls it together and closes it up. And you can have your bow as long as you want.
so cool.
And it just closes it. Isn't that so cool?
Cool.
I'm so stunned.
I know why my triangle didn't come out right, because this part didn't come out right either.
No, when you tie it, it will come together.
Oh. How do we make the holes?
Did you do the holes? So you do the holes. Well, there's two different ways. On one of them, I did the holes where I punched it on this side together and then on this side together. And then the one that I just made, I did it this way and punched center and center.
Okay.
I think that's smarter, the second way you did it, because I tried the
Well,
other
the second
way.
way didn't line up as nicely as this because I punched them on each side. So you just have to punch one side first and then open this side and punch this side. So either way, they don't have to line up perfectly to have it close.
Oh, okay.
So cute.
And then I put dimensionals here on the center of the eat, drink, and be merry. Pretty close together because you're at the top of that box. Or eat, drink, and be scary. Did I say berry?
You did.
And then I used white stars on this one. And let's see, I did a big one down there. And I did a big one up top. And then I did a little one on my eat, drink, and be scary. So,
I don't think
Well, June, you said it would be 3 hours, and it was 3 hours. So you
yeah.
are a much better.
Good too, for all we were doing, I was like,
I know. I was hopeful. Hope springs eternal. Thanks, y'all. Thanks for joining us. And I hope that you had a great time.
Mhm.
We're so thankful for each of you joining us. And I'm going to stop the recording.